Hello, welcome one and all. Today is Friday, 25th February. It is the final weekend of Chennai Storytelling Festival 2022. It's the first day of the final weekend. And I want to thank Sonia Bareja very, very much for visiting us and conducting this workshop about mindfulness and storytelling 2.0, because last year we had 1.0. So now we have 2.0. So Sonia, please introduce yourself fully, tell us about your work, and please lead us in this workshop.
Thank you so much, Eric. Before I do anything of the sort of introducing or plunging into the workshop, I want to take this moment and thank Eric for giving us this sacred and safe space called CSF. And kudos, like Veena rightly said, that we don't know how much does he sleep during this month, year on year, because I witnessed last year he didn't sleep at all. This year, at least during these 3 days of the weekend, he got some time to sleep and preparing for the upcoming weekend. But I know, unfortunately, because of the pandemic, we're still not meeting in person. And we are here in these small thumbnails. But can I please humbly request everybody to switch on their camera just for a moment and give Eric a big and thundering Zoom round of applause. Please, everybody. I just want to see everybody giving Eric a big, big, big round of applause. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Eric, for, we love you like really, really, really a lot. Thank you so much for doing this on my request. And I also want to take this moment to thank Eric for, having me progressing on this journey of, what is called mindfulness and art of storytelling. Like he mentioned that last year we started off where we wanted to bring in the culture of mindfulness into the art of telling. Whether you tell stories, or you're a trainer, or you're a teacher, or you are in any field, or even if you're a mother, or a daughter, or any father, or anything, but just to inculcate mindfulness in when you're telling something. And last year, like we didn't call it 1.0, but we had this as the first time. And when we were planning for CSF this year, way back early last year, or maybe around April or May last year, I told Eric that why don't we take this journey forward and give them something like an advanced guided practices from where we left last year, and which is why we got through with this name called Mindfulness and Art of Storytelling version 2.0. Good evening, everyone. My name is, and also good morning, because I know there are people who are logging in where it's 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., or evening, so different zones of the world. So thank you so much for being there, being there with me and everybody else to understand what we have this evening. My name is Sonia, as you know by now, and I'm the co-founder of a company called StoryNAG. We're the business consulting firm where we broadly train the CEOs of various firms using storytelling as the main pedagogical tool with them. So that's like the sweetest and the quickest introduction, because I don't want to really bore you with what else do we do, but it's primarily storytelling we do with business houses and education as a vertical. I'm also a certified mindfulness practitioner, which is where this journey of really being into mindful or being mindful of things started. Well, this journey started 3.5 to 4 years ago. But like they say that, you got to also get certifications done before you really can call yourself as a certified trainer, which is what happened a couple of, 1.5, 2 years ago. And that's how I'm here. And with this, let's just get into this year's version 2.0. Allow me to share my screen with you. Yeah. Before I really begin into my session, I also want to take this moment to be with you, with someone we as mindfulness practitioner worship, who's known as Thich Nhat Hanh, or fondly we know him as Thai Thai simply means teacher. Well, he left us this year, January, only for not to be here with us physically, but we know that he's here with us every moment, every second of our life, which is why I have this humble request to each one of you who are present here with me to read this poem that really goes well with Thai's philosophy, what he believes in. And allow me to read this loud for all of us who are here. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I'm not there. I do not sleep. I'm 1,000 winds that blow. I'm the diamond glints on snow. I'm the sunlight on ripened grain. I'm the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I'm the swift, uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I'm the soft stars that shine at night. Don't stand at my grave and cry. I'm not there. I didn't die. And with this, my dear friends, let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Like they say, that mindfulness is in one simple, one conscious breath. So let's just do this one conscious breath in the name of Thai. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Thank you so much. And with this, let's just get into what we did last year. I know there are some familiar faces who are here, who were there with me last year. So they would remember that last year we did basic what's and how's of mindfulness. Obviously, the simplest and the sweetest definition of mindfulness that I can share with you today is to be in the moment, to be present wherever you are, whatever you are doing. And then obviously there are technical definitions and there are definitions given by the gurus. But if we can just remember this one little phrase that stop and be here in the moment now without getting judgmental. That's it. And how do you do that? You start consciously getting aware about your breath, with your breath, and you find that connection of your mind, body, and soul using that breath. And that's why in the last year's class, session, we talked really in details about how breath plays a pivotal anchor or a pivotal role in practicing mindfulness or in trying to be mindful of us as human beings. We also dwelled a little bit on guided practice, where we learned about the most primitive, or I must say that most ancient form of mindfulness practice called body scan. We also talked about various breath exercises. We learned about how to use those breathing exercises and use them in our storytelling. And we did examples. We also learned about something called as Quiet 5. We learned about how do we use breathing to relieve ourselves. Don't worry. Today's session is not linked with last year's session. Why am I just sharing this is that thanks to Eric and thanks to CSF, all these videos, all these sessions are pretty much there in the archive. So you can just go to the YouTube channel of CSF and still revisit this workshop. And last year, we did something very interesting that was a takeaway by every participant called as mindfulness quiz. And I can tell you that at least 60% of the participants wrote back to me about how they loved the session and how they wanted to learn more about it. But they really loved this one segment where they found out their mindfulness quotient. And that's why I'm giving this here as well today. So what you have to do is, I'm going to leave you with this set of 14 questions for 2 minutes, maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes. Read each question carefully and then give yourself a number basis what you see as the ranking. Like, if you do any of the questions as an activity, most often or always, then rate yourself or give yourself a score of 5. But if you see that you don't do it ever, then you just give yourself 1. Because if you've never done it, be honest to yourself. And like this, give yourself a score of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, depending on how often do you do this activity. So I'm going to leave you at this moment. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here with you. But just spend these next 2 minutes giving yourself some score. And let's see what do we have to do next. So time starts now. We have, I think, 30 more seconds to go or 40 more seconds to go. And I would encourage people who were there last year, they found out their mindfulness quotient. If they remember that number, it'll be great to compare that number with this year's number. Are we good to go? Have we been able to do these 14 questions? Can you show me with your thumbs ups? Yeah, great. I can see Veena. Ranjita, are you done? Because there are a few cameras which are on. Yeah, great. Yeah, I can see a lot of thumbs up. All right. Now, what you have got here, just find out the sum of answers to question marked as 1, 3, 6, 7, 11, and 14. Oh, I can see someone's unmuted. So may I please request?
Sonia, please,
Everybody
will you shift the screen at the last one? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Done? Okay. Now, all right. Now,
Can we
take
just...
Anyone else who still wants to go back?
It's me, Devina. I have yet not finished. Could you give
Okay,
me just a moment?
Yeah, sure. Here it is. And don't worry, like I said, that this is going to be in the archive and we'll still be able to revisit and do. I think it's time for us to just move forward. So if you all can quickly find out the sum of answers to questions 1, 3, 6, 7, 11, 14. So basically these 6 questions, just add their scoring. Whatever you get, add 34 to this. So whatever number you have given against these questions, for example, question number 1, if you have rated yourself as 2, and question number 3, if you have rated yourself as 4. So add these questions, add the numbers against these 6 questions, and add 34 to that. And let that number be A.
I didn't get it, Sonia, sorry.
Okay, okay, no problem. I'll just explain it for everybody. Against each question, you have given yourself a number. all you have to do is take that number and add that number for question number 1, 3, 6, 7, 11, and 14. Yeah? And add 34 to that. And now the balance 8 questions, which are question number 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Find the sum of the answers to these questions, and let's call it B. And all we have to do is subtract B from A. I know it's a little maths going on in the class of mindfulness. You all must be wondering that, is Sonia taking some sort of a test? All right. Now, if you've got both the numbers, now all you have to do is subtract B from A, and that's your mindfulness quotient. And at this stage, I don't want you to share it with any one of us, but let's just keep it handy. And if anybody wants to share it, and after knowing what your score is. So if your score is falling anywhere between 0 to 18, that means you're a beginner on the journey of mindfulness. So you really need to wear your gears and get onto this journey and really do well. Keep practicing. If your score is anywhere between 0 to 18. But if your score is anywhere between 19 to 38, then you're pretty mindful of yourself and your conscience. Your body, mind, and soul are aligned, and there is some sort of a connection for you to be mindful of when you're doing some activities or when you're conducting yourself. But if somehow your score is more than 39, then you're pretty mindful. And all we have had at this stage is to tell you is that keep it up and keep practicing. Now, at this stage, if there's any courageous one or anyone who had their score last year, I know there are familiar faces who were there with me last year. And if by chance you remember what your score was last year and what has it come this year, if there's a difference, if has it gone down or is it still the same or has it gone up? What are the reasons you think? If you're courageous enough and you want to share your reflections, go ahead. We can give like a minute for sharing at this juncture. Anyone? Yeah, go ahead, Shri.
Last year, my score was 29. So now it has come up to 39.
Yay!
It's still a long way to go, but I'm happy.
No, I mean, share with us that, first of all, thank you so much, Shri, for always being so contributing. I have stopped using the word participative. I use the word contributing because it matters a lot. So thank you so much. Now, if you want to just share with us that, how do you think your score has gone up? What is it that you did? Or tell us, what are the 2 things that you did over a period of year to have come from 29 to 39?
So when I revisited the quiz, I knew where I did things like noticing my bodily reactions when my emotion is changing to anger and, taking deep breaths and all that. And when listening more intently, because listening involves the other person also. So I have seen that, I get distracted in a long conversation. If somebody is telling in 4 or 5 sentences, which they have to tell in 1 sentence, my thoughts will go elsewhere. But everybody is not the same. So when I give my time, I give completely. So small changes like this. Because last year getting 29 score was like, smelling the flower, feeling the wind and that rustling, that sounds, that comes naturally to me. But when it involves other people, when my emotion changes with other people and all that, that is when I was not. So when it is involving other people as well, when in a conversation, listening intently, and these are all things that, an intention that I made after attending a last year's workshop that has brought about a little bit of change.
Great. So you're so much aware of why it happened. And you not only went ahead for that particular reason or for that particular area where you thought that, yes, listening was one area where I was lacking. So let me just work on it. And unconsciously and unknowingly, you just kept on working on it, and just imagine where you are today. So bravo. Thank you so much, Sri. And keep it up. Like, I always say that, keep practicing. Great. Is there quickly anyone else, or we just go ahead? I can't see everybody, so you got to just raise your hand because that gives me a notification. All right. We don't have, oh yes, Ranjita. Ranjita has raised her hand. So go ahead, Ranjita, unmute yourself and just share with us.
My MQ is 28. I don't know from where where I stand, because last time I didn't attended the workshop.
But like I said, if your score is anywhere between 19 to 38, you're somewhere there. You're mindful. It's not that you don't know how mindful you are, or you don't know the M of being mindful. So you're somewhere there, consciously or unconsciously, knowingly or unknowingly. You do things with that attention, with that whole consciousness that yes, I'm there. And it is also reflective of how you are here in this workshop, that you're being present at this moment, and you're contributing to it, you're learning from it, and you're showing that desire. So great. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Well, like I said, yes, I can see Veera's hand. So let's take Veera as the last participant who wants to share. Go ahead, Veera ji. Unmute yourself. Did you raise your hands?
I'm not sure if I raised my hand, but if you want me to say something.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Right.
What's your, you are happy with your score, or?
Yeah, I'm happy with my score, sort of, but I know that I do lack certain areas where I am empathetic to certain people and not empathetic to certain people. Or is it the time of the day and those kind of things, when you are at your low, then you get more irritated. When you are at a very quiet and peaceful time, maybe a prolonged time, then you are slightly better. I know that this is my little area that I need to work on, but this is interesting.
Let's see how it. No, thank you so much, Veera. Thank you, really. So with this, let's just let me introduce, or let me take you to this interesting basic technique of how you can be more mindful. It's all about awakening your senses. We also did it last year. We did it with different sort of breathing, and today we are going to do it completely with a different set. All you got to do is just pay attention to the auditory. Just activate your auditory right now, because you'll have to listen to my instructions. It's a guided practice that I'm going to do with all of you, and I hope you're able to be at the pace with me and enjoy this exercise. Let's just go ahead. Close your eyes gently. Just be comfortable wherever you are. Even if you're sitting on the sofa, on your bed, on your chair, or even if you're lying, just be comfortable and take a deep breath in and breathe out slowly. We'll do it one more time. Deep breath in and out. And now, with your eyes closed, take yourself to most favorite beach if you have ever been to. And if you have not been to a beach, don't worry. Just imagine that you are on your most desirable beach. Keep your eyes closed and visualize yourself on this beach and feel the sunshine on your face. With your eyes closed, look around. Look around and see. There are people who are busy doing things. Someone's busy making a castle. Someone's busy collecting seashells. and someone's trying to catch a crab. And at this point, take a walk towards the water. Gently let the water wrap around your feet and feel the warmth of the water. And suddenly, you spot a few jellyfishes. And at this very moment, your nose catches the aroma of the seafood being sold. And you see few families enjoying the seaside food, licking their lips and enjoying. And then, at this very moment, you hear the sound of some children who are running to get their favorite food. At this moment, let's go back to your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And now, move your fingers slightly. Move your toes. Stretch your body slowly. And whenever you feel like opening your eyes, gently open your eyes. And if there's anyone, maybe one or two, who wants to share how did they feel, any reflections if you have, no pressures, no compulsions, no judgments. It's a safe zone. That's the basic premise or the core of being mindful. No judgments, just reflections, just experience. If there's anybody who feel that, yes, I want to share. Rohini has raised her hands. Go ahead, Rohini.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
I could feel the serenity and the calmness within. But every time I practice this kind of relaxation or whatever, I always feel my body becoming, little heavier. I always sense that, so all of a sudden, it took me to come back to that original state. It takes some time. So I really don't understand what kind of a feeling it is, what kind of an experience it is. But every time I do this kind, I feel it. That's it.
That's okay. That's perfectly normal. Like I said, no judgments. No judgments. Just the experience. It's pretty normal, Rohini, to feel whichever way. Your thoughts will come. Your body in the physical mode will respond in whichever way. Don't let it hinder your experience.
Yeah,
I know
and
there are.
as I was feeling as if, the waves that were wrapping around my feet, but the thoughts that were just, flickering in my mind and going back, coming forth. So trying to look for that consistency within for even a speck of a moment. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohini. I know there are a couple of participants who have raised their hands, but unfortunately, I can't see it on my screen. So, who wants to go next? Maybe we can take two more persons. So just unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hi, this is Jyoti Bhatia.
Jyoti, maybe request you to switch on your camera because we can't see you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Go ahead.
So as soon as I closed my eyes and listened to the water lapping on the shore, I could visualize everything. And I was just so happy to be at the beach. I experienced everything that you said. I was able to visualize people picking up the shells. I was able to visualize the smell of the food that was being sold. I wanted to be at the beach. and I
Super.
felt calm and happy.
Super. That's the idea. That's the objective. Thank you so much, Jyoti. I can see June Brown with her hands raised. Go ahead, June. Please.
Hi there. I was having a bit of a problem. I got myself down to the water with my feet and I was doing okay, but then I looked out and I visualized a cruise ship. And then my monkey brain went right on that cruise ship and I was sailing away out of this meditation. So how do you keep your mind focused?
That's $1 million question. That's $1 million question. But we have an answer in today's workshop for you, June, where we are specifically doing something which is called as Vichar Sadhana in Hindi. And in English, it's called as controlling your thoughts. How do you control your thoughts? We have an entire 10 minutes guided practice for you all, where we'll train you and teach you how do you really get hold of your thoughts, which keep coming. And how important it is to let go of the thoughts, or how relevant it is to get the thoughts or feel good about it or feel bad about it. So it's a valid experience that you have right now, but hold on to that experience, because you're going to witness how do we really manage that. With this, thank you so much. I think let's just go ahead. But before we go ahead at this juncture, I also want to tell you an experience when we were preparing or when we actually started preparing for this year's session. This was way back in the month of August last year. I had a thought that how do I make this session's workshop more convincing, or how do I bring in more conviction? And that was the moment when something strange as a suggestion or as an idea came and popped into my head, that how about if I bring in someone from the fraternity, a fellow teller or a fellow practitioner or a trainer, and hold his or her hand and take him or her along to this journey of mindfulness, and see how that practice changes his or her life. And thankfully, I had my partner. I found my partner. And with this next segment, you'll see who I'm talking about. So have a look at this little video that we have made together. Here it is for you all.
I messaged Simran a couple of days ago, but she hasn't called back. Let me call her. It's ringing. No one is picking up. I hope everything is fine.
Hi, Sonia.
Oh, there she is. Hi, Simran. How are you doing?
Good, yeah, I'm good.
Wait. I'll put my phone on the speaker.
Okay.
What happened? You're not sounding yourself right now. You're sounding low, or you're sounding different.
What to tell you, Sonia? I'll be very honest with you. I'm really fed up of my date. Really fed up of my date.
Oh, is it?
Every time I start talking, my date keeps wandering here and there. I ask my date to focus on me, but it keeps running here and there. So irritating, yaar.
How silly. Who is he? Kaun hai?
Sonia, my date is very beautiful, but very sophisticated. What to tell you? Acha, I'll tell you, but don't laugh, huh? Promise?
Promise. Pinky promise. I'll not laugh.
Okay. My date is my mind. You're laughing.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What to tell you? I try so hard to focus. I tell my mind, please focus. Please help me in meditating. Please relax. No negative thoughts. But my date keeps running here and there. Yaar. I'm really, really fed up.
Oh, it's that simple. I have been dating my mind for now more than 4 years. If you want to learn the trick of dating your own mind, I can teach you that.
4 years? What are you saying? Please teach me also, now, please.
But then, for learning, you will have to come with me through this journey called mindfulness. Are you ready?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm in totally.
But because it's a matter of dating, so you know you will have to stay committed. You'll have to be very committed with me, Simran.
Yes, I promise. I'll do whatever you will say. But I really want my mind to be in my control.
All right. So at this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, let me introduce my partner. I don't want to call it my partner in crime, but my partner in this wonderful journey, Simran Nangwani. She's a fellow teller from Mumbai and a renowned one. She spends a lot of time with children, telling them stories, teaching them how to tell stories in a better way. And when we were talking, and when I started talking with Simran last year, the best part was that she came with a clean slate. She came with a blank canvas and just one word written on it. And then that one word was desire. That's it. She told me that, I know nothing about this whole world or whole business of mindfulness. I just know the spelling of it, but I'm really keen to learn with you, Sonia, and hold my hand and I'll just walk along with you. And today, after these 3.5, 4 months, she's made me really proud. And you'll see over the course of next 50, 60 minutes, why did I say this? Now, without any further delay, let me just call Simran. Simran, over to you.
Yeah. Sonia, can you see me? Can you spotlight me?
Sorry. Let me just find where you are. Yes, here you are.
Sonia, can I suggest close the screen share for just a minute so we can go back to gallery view for a minute and just get centered?
Yes, I can do that. I've done that.
And everyone, if you'll choose gallery view, there we are. There's my camera's not on at the moment, but 8 of you are. So Sonia and Simran, are you going to go back to screen share now?
I am going to share the screen, but if you can spotlight Simran, that'll be great, because then that way people can see her.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, and I'll be sharing the screen. Yeah, thank you.
Shall I spotlight you too?
No, don't do that.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
There you go,
namaste. Yeah. Namaste. Good evening. Good morning to one and all. Before I share my experiences, I would like to start with a gratitude note. Thank you so much, Sonia, for choosing me. And thank you so much, Eric, for this wonderful platform where we get an opportunity to connect with each other and where we get to learn so much from each other. And thank you so much, audience, for being here. Means a lot. Okay. So few months back, when Sonia called me, that time, I'll be very honest with you all, my life was completely unsettled. I was not able to figure out that what's happening with me, why I'm not able to enjoy anything. Everything was running smoothly, but something was missing. It seems like life has taken a halt. I was not able to figure it out, that what is happening and why is it happening. And I was totally confused, blank, but still I was going on because Zindagi ka dusra naam hai, chalte rehna. And at that moment, Sonia came into my life like an angel. One fine day, she called me, as you all saw, that Simran, would you like to be a part of this workshop? And I was like, me? I was not surprised. I was shocked. I said, me? Why me? I literally asked her, why me, Sonia? So she said, why not? I said, Sonia, I don't know anything about mindfulness except about the term, the definition mindfulness, that it's all about being present at that moment. Sonia smiled and she said, Simran, if you are ready to dedicate your time and energy, then I am ready to teach you. Without any thought, I took it as a challenge and I told her yes. And as I started practicing under Sonia's guidance,
I could really feel the difference. I came to know I was more aware of myself. I came to be more aware of my surroundings, of my actions. Slowly and gradually, I started becoming more mindful. So now I would like to share with you all about some exercises that Sonia taught me and how I took it ahead. Sonia, can you please share the screen for us? Are you able to share, Sonia? Is she here, Sonia? Yes, Sonia or Eric?
I'm here.
Okay,
Sonia, yeah, Tony's going to be here in 3 seconds.
no problem. So if you decide anything to do, nothing is impossible. I feel that I am totally a new person because those who know me, they know me as
I'm so
yeah. Yeah,
I'm
Sonia.
so sorry. My connection got lost. I'll share the presentation now.
Yeah.
Eric, can you make me the co-host again?
Yes, I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah. Really sorry for this.
It's okay, Sonia. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Eric.
So day one, she gave me the activity, and
There
that
you go, Sunil.
yeah. Yes. So day one, activity one was eating with opposite hand. And I was like, seriously? I was like, okay, it must be like for 24 hours. I asked her, Sonia, how many days? 1 day, 24 hours? And she said, no, Simran, at least for a week, 7 to 10 days. I was like, oh, 7 to 10 days eating with my opposite hand? I was like, okay, I have committed. So day one, complete mess. I was not able to hold my food. I was not able to enjoy my food. I was feeling irritated. Day two, as you all can see, I've clicked few random pictures with the help of my kiddos. So day two was rice. Still, I was not able to hold my food properly. I was not able to enjoy my food. And I was like, how is it going to be? But I said, no, I won't give up. And I went on and on and on. At times, I used to even forget that I have to eat with my opposite hand. I used to finish my food and then I used to realize, oh, I'm supposed to eat with my opposite hand. But gradually and slowly, things changed. I started remembering before I started eating my food, oh, I have to eat with my opposite hand. And soon I started enjoying my food. I was able to hold my food properly. I was able to feel the taste in my mouth that I was missing. And gradually, I could not find any difference whether I'm eating with my right hand or left hand. So this was activity one, which took time for me and it was very difficult, but I did it. So moving ahead with activity two. Yes, Sonia. Are you here, Sonia? Okay.
I'm here, but yeah, Sonia's here too. Sonia, can you hear us?
No
She's
problem.
here, but it seems and Sonia, your mic is on mute for one thing. There we go, maybe. Sonia, your mic is still on mute.
I can't see, Sonia.
Yes, Eric. I don't know why my internet was getting fidgety. So just make me the co-host again and I'll share the PPT. And I hope it doesn't happen. I'm so sorry for this, Imran. You have to stop in between. But thankfully,
No
this
problem.
is what mindfulness teaches us. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
And
Eric, if you can...
छोटी-छोटी बातें होती रहती हैं.
Sonia,
Eric.
Sonia, you're co-host.
Yes, thank you so much, Eric. Thank you. I'm just switching, turning the presentation on, Simran.
So activity two is one of my favorite, not because it was very easy, So activity 2 was like, sometimes in the middle of the day, you find out that suddenly your mobile battery has drained out. It's 20% or 15% or 10%. And you think like, let me charge it. And you put your mobile on charging. So this second activity was something like that, quite recharging myself. Yes, Sonia. Yes, power saving mode on. So Sonia told me that, Simran, whenever you're talking to someone or you're doing any activity, if there is a chance, just close your eyes. I loved the activity. I said, wow, this is something I can do easily. But at times I used to forget. So I started closing my eyes, especially while talking to my friends, because I'm quite talkative. And then I slowly started closing my eyes while eating, while drinking water, while listening to music, and also while thinking. And then one day I thought, let me try while walking. Okay, obviously inside my house. So sometimes I walk after having my dinner for at least 30 minutes. So one day I tried closing my eyes and I started walking so I could manage 3 steps, and then slowly and gradually 5 steps, and then 10 steps. Okay, without even once banging against something. And now I have reached to at least 18 steps. So this all happened slowly and gradually because I thought that it's all because of the magic of mindfulness. So that's activity 2. Yes. Sonia, you're moving ahead. Yes. So activity 3 was quite 5. Now, Sonia suggested me that, Simran, this activity is like you just have to close your eyes and observe what can you see, what can you smell, what can you hear, what can you taste, what can you touch. And I was like, okay, so you all must be wondering, where are the pictures? So I don't have pictures of this activity because Sonia suggested that this activity you have to do completely in D&D zone, that is do not disturb. And I was like, okay. She said, no mobile phones, your kiddos should not disturb you, your husband should not disturb you, and especially and even your maids. So I started thinking, like, how is it possible? Because those were the days my kids were doing online schooling and they were all the time at home. And then I thought, where will I get that me time? And then I thought I got a place, and that was my washroom while bathing. And I asked Sonia, can I do this activity while bathing? She said, yeah, why not? So that's fine, no pictures. So in the initial days, I was able to visualize only about my nearby stuff like smell shampoo, touch water, feel water. Taste was like something I had just before going for bath, like banana or fruits. But slowly and gradually, I could visualize what happened few days back, what happened during my sessions. If any parent called me, I could see that parent talking to me. Slowly and gradually, I could see myself somewhere outside, either in the garden, silent garden, or somewhere my favorite place where I have not been from so long, like Manali, one of my favorite places. And then I could also, sense the taste. One day, suddenly, I got the taste in my mouth as if I'm having my mama's pani puri, handmade pani puri. She makes amazing pani puri. So I could actually sense the taste of crunchy pani puri, literally that tikha pudina green pani with meaty chutney in my mouth. And I was like, what's happening? Wow, this is amazing. I could really, sometimes I could feel the hug of my mother or my father or my best friend. I was like, this is wow. So this was quite 5. So slowly and gradually with all these little activities, I realized that if I am mindful, I can enhance my visualization power. So I became more mindful while doing my actions, while talking, while thinking, while listening to my friends when they're talking or to my parents, because I'm quite impatient as listener also. And then even while eating. So now you all must be thinking what is related to eating? How is it related to eating? So there's this term called as mindful eating. So now Sonia has got for your beautiful presentation about how you can do mindful eating. So over to you, Sonia. I hope you're here.
Yes, pretty much here. And I'm really sorry for that technical glitch that happened in between, Simran, but we're good here. So my dear friends, this is so convincing when you hear someone like your fellow person from the fraternity. Like I said, that she's a storyteller and a very, very sweet friend from Mumbai. And Simran, thank you so much for treading this journey with so much of like I should say, so much of zeal and so much of that grit, that yes, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it, whatever it is, I'll do it, whatever it is. Whenever I was giving her activities, she would pick and choose that, okay, this week I'll do that. And this was mighty impressive for you to show this courage to share your reflections with all of us. Thank you so much. With this, let's get into our first guided practice. I think I was telling somebody a few minutes ago that we will do a 10 or a 12 minutes guided practice on what is called in Hindi as Vichar Sadhana, or in English, it's called as controlling your thoughts. It's an exercise where you will learn how do you take care of the thoughts that keep coming in your mind, and how do you really push them away if they're not relevant to what you're doing at that moment. And we have learned it from our mentors, and we have been blessed and guided to take this forward with our, with people who want to learn from us. So allow me to share this wonderful exercise called Thought Strain with all of you. You're going to hear this wonderful piece of music, and all I would humbly request is to listen to the instructions that I would be saying at a slow pace, and just keep following those instructions. For avoiding any clash between seeing me and listening to me, I'm going to be putting my video off for this exercise so that you can just concentrate on the music piece and the instructions. And here you go. From now on, we will focus on getting rid of your anxious thoughts and help you experience deep calmness and relaxation. Get comfortable and relaxed. Wherever you are, you can choose to lie down or sit back, but relax yourself. Forget about everything else. Just be here at this moment. And before we start, let's do a short breathing exercise to help you feel more calm and centered. At this moment, just gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and feel the oxygen enter through your nose and fill your lungs. Now, release the tension in your body as you breathe out through your mouth. Let's do this one more time. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. One more time, take a deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Now, I can see that you have relaxed yourself and gotten comfortable. Let's begin this wonderful journey. Imagine yourself sitting on top of a hill. You're seated in a very safe, secure, and stable spot with lots of space around you. In front of you lies a beautiful sight of mountain stretching wide and beyond. The sky is painted with a pink-orange hue, hiding the sun and only letting the soft golden light peek through. Take a few seconds to absorb this. You can feel the cold but pleasant breeze brushing your skin and softly ruffling your hair. As you take a deep breath in, you can smell the scent of cedar trees. The serene calmness around you has put your mind at ease. The wings of the beautiful birds are flapping. As far as your eyes take you, you notice mountains and greenery. In the center of your vision, you notice a train track resting on a stone bridge. Parts of the bridge are hidden by trees, but you can see the tracks. The train's chugging sound is faint but audible. As each train coach comes into your view, think of it as carrier for your anxious thought that has been weighing you down. These carriers will now take your anxious thoughts away from you. As you continue breathing in slow and relaxed, bring your consciousness to an object emerging beside you. Look to your right and notice that a black, shining magic wand has appeared next to you. Just gently pick up that wand and feel its power. Now, place that wand onto the temple of your forehead. Pull out that anxious thought one by one. With every wave of the magic wand, you can pull out one thread of thought and take it away from your mind. Each thread of thought looks like a shiny silver thread glowing in its glory. And once you have pulled out a thought, use your wand to place this onto the coaches of the train and let the train take away your worry. Each time you pull out a new thought, take a deep breath in, embrace the thought, and let it go as you exhale. Let's try it one more time. Take a deep breath in and pull out an anxious thought. Exhale through your mouth and let go of the thought from your mind to the carrier on the train. And at this moment, feel the relief and lightness in your mind as the thread of the thought leaves your mind like a single strand of silver ribbon and goes away with the train. Let's do this one more time. Take a deep breath in and pull out an anxious thought that's bothering you. Now, send the thought ribbon towards the train as you exhale. Each time you let a thought out and throw it, you feel lighter and calmer. Practice to do this 5-6 times every day. And as you start feeling more rested and peaceful, place the wand next to you and watch the last coach of the train pass through the forest. And as the train finally disappears, you notice the sun has set. The sky is turning into crimson. You're feeling a sense of relief, and your breathing has become deeper and softer. Now slowly start to shift your consciousness back to where you are, your current location. With your eyes closed, feel the surface under you. Listen to the sounds around you. Become aware of yourself. At this moment, gently move your fingers, move your toes, stretch yourself a bit, and bring awareness to all the senses in your body. And slowly, gently, open your eyes and take in your surroundings. Keep resting for a while and bring the focus back to your surroundings. You must be filled with a deep sense of joy and contentment. If any thoughts of anxiety or anything else continue, practice this to put that thought into the coach of another train next time when you sit to practice this mindfulness. All right. I think at this moment, let's just take a few minutes to hear from our participants how they felt, if they have reflections they want to share. Anyone? Anybody who wants to share?
Why don't we go off of screen share and back to gallery view?
Yes, we can do that. I'll do stop share. Yeah, there we are.
Gilly, go ahead, and then Eleanor.
Thanks, Eric. That was just absolutely beautiful. I was just so aware of how my breathing slowed down, my mind slowed down, and just my senses were expanded. And I even noticed how when I took the wand and removed the ribbons of thoughts, how as the wand came towards my head, it was hot. I felt a real heat. But as I removed the wand and the ribbon, there was this coolness. It just kind of literally cooled my brain down, cooled my senses. And it was just such a beautiful sensory experience as well, but in the most satisfying, relaxed way. So thank you for that beautiful visualization and a voice that I wish I could capture to send me to sleep every night. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gilly. These are words of real encouragement, as they say that, makes your day. And coming from you, it's like even making it so beautiful for me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know who wanted to go next. Eric, did you see who wanted to go next?
Eleanor.
Yes.
Eleanor, yes, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I had a hard time finding the right hill. And then I finally decided on a favorite hill. And then I had to imagine the train because the train doesn't go there anymore. So I had to resupply the train track and see trains that I'd known lots of times. And I love to sit on hills and watch trains. So that was, this is something I could do all the time now. I can just go there any time of the day. Thank you for this. I will be using this.
Please go ahead. That's like cherry on the cake, as they say. And thank you so much, Eleanor, for gracing this with your encouraging words. I can see Jyoti's hands. Jyoti, do you want to share something? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so it was a powerful meditation. And during and after the meditation, I felt very hopeful. I felt that all is going to be well. I felt I felt that I was able to send the uncertainties away that have been making me anxious for a long time. And I hope sincerely that I'm able to do it again and again.
Thank you so much, Jyoti. These are like great words and pretty encouraging. And you're right. When you start to practice such guided pieces, you start to feel more hopeful and more powerful. Slowly and gradually, when you'll practice, you'll start to feel more power coming to you, because you'll be able to control what your thoughts are. And if they're troubling you, if they're not, you're not able to control them. And suddenly with these practices, you'll be able to control them. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I can already see there are so many people who are writing in the chat. Thank you so much for all those encouraging words. At this juncture, I want to take a pause, and I want to also tell you one very beautiful thing, what Simran did. You heard her a few minutes ago, how she started this journey 4 months ago with me. What came out beautiful in last 1.5 months was when she came to me and she said that, how about if I take this journey forward with my children, not her biological children, but the children who come to her for learning the art of storytelling, and the children who come to her where she tells the stories to them. Like I said, she's a storyteller. So it was a beautiful experience at that time. And it was a moment where I felt, wow, you really want to take it up with your mentees. And she said, why not? Because it's so beautiful. It's so mesmerizing. It's so awing, where, I love every moment of practicing this. I want to impart this to my children who come to me every day. And that's where she started off taking the practice and the art of mindfulness with her children. And I'm not going to speak now, because I'm going to pass it on, or pass the baton to Simran, because I know she has something very interesting to share with all of us and show something even more interesting to all of us. Over to you, Simran. Meanwhile, I'll share the screen.
Yeah. Am I on Spotlight? No. Achha.
Eric can put you on Spotlight.
So
even I can put you on Spotlight. Don't worry, wait.
So
yeah.
In this year in June, I'll be completing 5 years as a storyteller. So I won't proceed further without mentioning this name. Gitanjali Shetty Kaul. She's my mentor, and I think so she's here today. And she herself is a healer, and she's an absolutely gem of a person. And she's here. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much, Gitanjali. I hope you can hear me. And because I can't see you. Okay, 1 minute. Sorry.
No, Simran, I can hear you and I can see you, and I'm listening to you.
Take a deep breath, Simran. Take a deep breath like we have taken always when we were practicing. Just close your eyes and just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. No, do as I say. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath one more time. One deep breath. Hold and exhale through your mouth. One more time. Simran, let's do it one more time. Inhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale through your mouth. Let's do it one more time before you open your eyes. Inhale. Hold. Exhale through your mouth. Yes. And there you go, my love.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Sonia. So as I said, this year in June, I'll be completing 5 years. So thank you so much, Gitanjali. You have changed my life 360 degrees. I hope I'm audible. Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So I never thought my journey as a storyteller will be such a beautiful journey and it will blossom in such a beautiful way. I really feel blessed. I have made so many beautiful friends. And I started with 3 kids and now I have regularly from Monday to Friday, all kids from different age groups. So as I said earlier, like when I started this journey, I was not keeping well. I was not able to enjoy anything. And that was happening with my profession too. Suddenly I felt like I'm very technical. I'm just doing for the sake of doing it. I was not even enjoying my storytelling journey. But as I started practicing with Sonia, under her guidance, I could feel the difference in myself. I was feeling relaxed, peaceful. I was feeling better while conducting my sessions. I was feeling as refreshing like before. So one day I thought, why not I pass the same energies to my kiddos? Because they are like my kiddos. Few of them are right from with me from 2017. And then one day I asked Sonia, can we do that? Sonia said yes. So in fact, I was in 2 minds because they know my pattern very well. That Simran auntie means a lot of dhamaka, a lot of drama. So I was clueless. How are they going to accept it? Because they are so friendly with me. They even are openly, they'll say, Simran auntie, not this, please. It's very boring. But I took it as a challenge and I said, I want to do it. Sonia said, okay, fine, Simran, you can. She gave me some tips. She taught me some fun breathing exercises. And I decided that I will carry out on my kids and I'll see how is the response. At least I'll try for 1 week. So here I would like to share with you all about my experience. Yes. Sonia, can you please share the screen? Yeah. So this is week 1. Sorry. So this is kids are learning mindfulness through the form of fun breathing. This is dragon breathing, and you can see kids from different age groups. They all are enjoying. And this is candle breathing. So I never told them we are doing mindfulness. I never told them we are doing breathing exercise. This is snake breathing that they are enjoying. This is flower breathing. So I have just started in the month of Jan. Yeah, this was my first offline session after break. Kids from different age group. And this is 9+ age group. And I did with them flower breathing.
Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
And I just asked them, like how you felt, how was the experience? So here is their feedback. That was amazing.
I felt as though I was a rose like in a full of garden and there were beside me there were a lot of flowers and all of different colors.
Wow, amazing.
And also bees coming.
Wow.
I thought there was a big rose in my hand and there were many other roses around it.
Beautiful.
That was good and I felt like a big jasmine or a big lotus was in my hand.
Lotus, beautiful, okay.
I felt like I was in a garden and I was a magical rose.
Wow.
I saw jasmine and it was floating on the water.
Super.
I saw blue color lotus in my hand.
Wow, blue color lotus. That's good. Cool. Okay, Neel Kamal. Yes, Neel Kamal. Fantastic.
Yeah, so I was myself
after doing that exercise.
I felt very relaxed and I felt like I want to do many animal breaths like you.
Wow, excellent. Very nice, Anadya. Thank you for sharing. So this little girl, she's with me from past 3 years, and
Hi,
when I started,
Simran.
yeah, Sonia, just a minute. Thank you, darling.
Go ahead.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
so when I started my session, I just started with something else, and she suddenly said, "Simran, I want to talk to you about our breathing exercise. I want to tell you something about it." And I was like, "Okay, go ahead." And suddenly she came up with this feedback, and I was totally like, "Wow." So these are the messages that I keep getting from my parents.
Hi, Simran. As you know, my 4.5-year-old son, Nishad, has been attending sessions with you for the last 1 year, and he has been immensely enjoying the engagement and the connection that you provide. Now, in the last few sessions, what I gather is that you have started teaching them a little bit of the mindful breathing exercises. Now, when you do your classes, sessions with them, I am not at home. So, I actually get to learn about it after I come back home from Nishad. And then you send the videos, I get to understand it more. So, from a 4-year-old's perspective, he was telling me that today Simran auntie taught us how to breathe properly. So I told him that why don't you teach it to me? And he instructed me how to breathe in deeply, how to breathe out. And at the end of it, I asked him, so what do you feel once you do this? He said, I feel good. So I guess that's just a very simple and innocent way to understand it. But from the perspective of a parent, I feel that, if they get these tools of mindfulness, and breathing exercise is just one such which you are teaching them, whatever activity that they take part in, they'll be able to enjoy it much more and in a much more holistic way. You know,
Yeah. So Simran, that was the experience. What brought life to this whole core essence of teaching. When I saw, Simran came in and started doing this, and she wanted to take it forward to her children. And then we had these wonderful moments that we captured, and we thought it'll be great to showcase it here at the workshop or the session, where it becomes more convincing, and the conviction becomes double. That yes, this has the power. So once again, thank you so much, Simran, for showing the grit and the courage to not only do it with yourself, but take it forward to your children and sharing the reflections with us.
No, thank
Thanks
you
once
so much,
again.
Sonia. Thank you so much, Sonia, for choosing me. I still remember when I asked you why me. So I'm glad you chose me. And so I was not able to speak before. Sorry. So I would really I want to pay my gratitude to Gitanjali Shetty Kaul, because my journey has been like a roller coaster ride before I met Gitanjali. And she has just turned me into some another person. So till my last breath, I will never forget Gitanjali Shetty Kaul. And now it's you too, Sonia. So I have really decided that I'll continue my journey. Though you're not there you are there with me, but not like, I'm a very good student, you know that. So
Yes.
from tomorrow, I'll still dedicate my 5 minutes starting of the session for mindfulness, so that I really want them when they come to the real struggles of life. So they should know how to act, how to take control of their breath, and how to handle the situation. So thank you so much, Sonia, for not
Now,
just
since
bringing a better person in me, but also to make me mindful.
no, it's a pleasure for a mentor to listen to the mentee about these great words. And both Gitanjali and I are extremely proud of all your words. But now you're using this word, thank you so much. It's time for me to take quickly to our next guided practice, which is all about gratitude. Because we talk a lot about gratitude, we believe a lot in gratitude, and we really want to practice gratitude. But how do we become more mindful when we want to practice gratitude? Once again, it's going to be a 6 to 7 minutes of guided practice. And I would humbly request each one of you to pay attention to the instructions that I will give. I'll try and give it at a pace where it's nicely audible and you can catch it up. So here it goes, and allow me to put myself on off. With this guided practice, we will be mindful of a very important element of living a worthy life. And that element is called gratitude. Practicing gratitude has incredible benefits, improving our mental health, boosting our relationships, pumping in optimism, especially in today's era. It also helps us notice little things that we are blessed with, but we often forget. There is a famous saying that says, "A life without gratitude is like a gardener only taking care of withering flowers, while totally ignoring the flowers that are already blooming. And eventually, the farmer will be left with nothing." Well, living with gratitude is not just an act, but it's a way of life. All it takes is a little effort every day. And thank you for being in this journey with me to practice gratitude. And before we start, let's get comfortable with a small breathing exercise. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Do it 2-3 times. Just a deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. Perfect. And now, let's practice what we call as GLAD technique. That is G-L-A-D. GLAD, or GLAD, is a simple acronym for ways of practicing gratitude and finding joy in our life. Let's begin with the first letter, G, that stands for gratitude. Think about just one thing that you're most grateful for in this moment. It can be the most fundamental things, like having a clean drinking water, having good food, having a roof over your head. You could also be grateful for many things that you truly appreciate in your life. Choose just one and focus all your energy on that. And as you breathe in, silently say in your mind, "I am grateful." And as you breathe out, silently say in your mind, "I wish joy for everyone." Let's do this together. Remember to repeat the 2 phrases. Inhale and repeat, "I'm grateful." Exhale and repeat, "I wish joy for everyone." Inhale, "I'm grateful." Exhale, "I wish joy to everyone." Great. Let's move to the next letter, L. L stands for learning. Think about one new thing that you learned today or just recently. It could be anything. It could be something about yourself or about another person. It could be about a skill or just an interesting fact. Now silently pat yourself for learning something new and appreciating that small win. Let's move to A. Stands for accomplishment. Think about one thing that you accomplished today or in the last week. It could be the biggest or the smallest. Often, we mistakenly believe that accomplishment has to be big. But in truth, accomplishment can be that small, loving gesture that you did to someone or yourself. Feel accomplished if you got good sleep, if you got good food. And lastly, move to the letter D. That stands for delightful. Think of one thing that delighted you today or just recently. That one thing that made you smile, that made you laugh, that brought joy to you. It could be simply the chirping of birds, looking at blossoming flowers, listening to a funny joke. Think about that and stay delighted. And now, as you breathe in, just say, I'm grateful to have been delighted. And as you exhale, just say, I wish delight for everyone. Just take a few seconds internally to reflect and actually feel how you feel practicing this gratitude. Allow yourself to truly feel how it feels to practice gratitude. Before you open your eyes, remember, a life full of gratitude is a life worth living. And with this, move your hands, move your fingers, move your toes, stretch your body, and whenever you want, just gently open your eyes and be here with us at this moment. And I think we can give maybe another 1 or 2 minutes. I know we are just 2 minutes ahead of our time, and Eric has a very tight schedule. So maybe we can just spend maybe 1 or 2 minutes. If quickly anybody has something to share before I pass it on to Eric with my gratitude, of course.
I would
Gitanjali,
like
go
to
ahead.
speak. Yeah,
Yes.
I know Simran for a very long time now, and I know Simran is someone who's filled her basket. Everything is filled with love and gratitude, always. So I feel she must be going through a plateau period, a few months ago. But the way I know Simran, she's full of life. I must tell you, my daughter has seen our play Binya Ki Chhatri more than 100 times just because of Simran. Simran makes my daughter laugh, be it rehearsals or be it performance. I think it's inside her, and she has that energy to make people laugh. She's full of inclination to learn and grow and evolve. So I'm so glad, Sonia, you chose Simran, because whatever you have taught her, she's going to apply it to the T. That's something, I think that's what a learner does. He learns and then he sees how he can apply, and that makes your practice worth making and worth living as well. So Simran, all the best to you. And Sonia, it was a wonderful workshop, and it was so experiential. And I think the best thing that you did is that you got a participant. So it's walk the dog.
Yes, that was the idea. But thank you so much, Gitanjali, these wonderful words of wisdom and encouragement. And I think it's time for us to close. I know there are wonderful, encouraging messages in the chat box. Thank you, everyone, each and everyone who's been here on this journey with both of us. And thank you for appreciating and encouraging the session. Now it's time for each one of you to go ahead in your life and start practicing whatever you loved the most. And before I actually go, I want to take this one moment to thank Eric for always being so approachable, for always being there for all of us. I know all presenters and audience feel the same for Eric. We all love you a lot. Thank you so much. Sending you a lot of love and hugs from each and everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So much. Thank you so much.